Anxiety, a silent enemy that seems to have gained strength in recent years. Many believe that with advanced technology and a more connected world, we'd live lighter lives. But the truth is almost the opposite. We're under more pressure, constantly comparing our lives to others, dealing with unrealistic expectations, and trying to control the uncontrollable. Anxiety doesn't discriminate by age, social class, or gender. It affects everyone, often without warning. What if I told you there's a way to break this cycle? No, it's not a miraculous trick or an instant solution. But what you'll discover here can completely transform how you handle mental challenges. We'll explore the roots of anxiety, understand how it shapes your thoughts, and learn practical strategies to deal with it. More importantly, you'll realize it's possible to grow from this experience. Now, tell me, how are you feeling today? Anxious? Tired? Hopeful? Share your answer in the comments so we can talk. Anxiety is like that inconvenient guest who knocks on the door of your mind and refuses to leave. It can take the form of relentless thoughts, like a scratched record repeating the same fears and worries. Who hasn't felt paralyzed by a message they didn't respond to, imagining catastrophic scenarios they deep down know are unlikely? This is how anxiety colors everyday life, with strokes of emotional exaggeration. Imagine you're trying to relax by watching a movie, but a thought suddenly invades. What if I forgot something important at work? Instantly, your mind creates an entire film of fictional tragedies, and the real movie on the screen becomes just background noise. This is anxiety's nature, turning small details into giant monsters, especially when your mind is vulnerable. Some people live with endless to-do lists, mentally reviewing them as if their survival depends on it. It's as though anxiety whispers, "If you don't get everything done, something terrible will happen." This kind of pressure, fueled by the fear of failure, drains the energy that could be used for something more productive or enjoyable. Anxiety also loves to disguise itself as the need for control. For example, before an important meeting, you might review every detail of what you'll say, fearing any unforeseen event could ruin everything. But deep down, the true enemy is the fear of not being perfect, of not meeting expectations, real or imagined. It's also a master at creating hypothetical scenarios. Someone might spend hours planning every possible way to respond to a sensitive conversation, not realizing this mental training is actually a form of avoidance. After all, the more we try to predict the future, the more we feed the anxiety that something will go wrong. Anxiety doesn't only manifest in the mind, it affects the body too. That lump in your throat or racing heart for no apparent reason are signs that anxiety is present, even if you try to ignore it. Small habits, like gripping your phone unnecessarily, biting your nails, or constantly fidgeting with your hair, are physical expressions of anxiety. The mind is like a room full of voices where inner dialogue plays the main role. It's the perfect stage for anxiety to act out its conflicts. Imagine perfectionism whispering, "You could have done better," followed by doubt saying, "What if it's not enough?" This endless cycle of self-criticism is exhausting, yet oddly familiar. Think back to the last time you hesitated to start something important because your mind insisted it wasn't the right time. Maybe you mentally reviewed every detail only to feel paralyzed by the fear of not meeting some ideal standard. This kind of inner dialogue can seem productive, but often traps us in a cycle of procrastination and frustration. When anxiety's voice mixes with doubt, confidence quickly dissolves. It's like trying to write a simple message, but repeatedly erasing it because it doesn't sound right. These small interactions with yourself reveal the complexity of internal conflict, where even trivial decisions can feel like life or death matters. Interestingly, inner dialogue often creates imaginary scenarios to justify fears. Before a presentation, for example, you might picture judgmental audiences or colleagues pointing out flaws that don't exist. Even though it's never happened, your mind insists on projecting negative outcomes, almost as if it's trying to protect you from something it invented. On the other hand, there are moments when this dialogue seems promising. I just want to do my best, you might tell yourself, believing this is healthy motivation. However, this pursuit of the best is often just a mask for the need for approval or fear of failure. Recognizing this distinction is the first step to breaking the cycle. But what if you could transform this conversation? Replacing "what if I fail" with "what can I learn if it doesn't work out" might seem simple, but it's a powerful shift. Try this in small situations, like ordering something new at a restaurant or starting a hobby that's always intimidated you. Gradually, your inner dialogue will change from being a critic to an ally. Anxiety has a peculiar ability to steal the present moment. It's as if the mind is always caught between revisiting past mistakes and worrying about the future. Mindfulness is a way to reclaim control. Imagine starting your day with a deep breath, feeling the air as it flows in and out before diving into your routine. It seems simple, but it's this simplicity that disarms anxiety. A powerful practice is dedicating 5 minutes a day to observing your surroundings. Whether it's in your living room, at work, or during a walk, notice the colors, sounds, and textures around you. By focusing on these details, you give your mind a much-needed break from the flood of thoughts. Why not try this while enjoying a cup of coffee, watching the steam rise, or feeling the warmth of the mug in your hands? Acceptance is also an essential tool. Anxiety often stems from resisting what we can't control. Perhaps you're facing a project with unpredictable variables. Instead of fighting the discomfort, try saying, "It's normal to feel this way. I'll do my best with what I have." This small mindset adjustment can significantly reduce the weight of pressure. Another practical technique is creating small rituals that bring calm to your daily life. For example, before starting work, take 2 minutes to stretch or jot down something you're grateful for. These rituals, no matter how brief, help establish a more balanced mental state, reducing vulnerability to anxiety. Guided meditation can also be a valuable resource. Apps like Insight Timer or Headspace offer free short meditations for different moments of the day. Start with just 3 minutes. Meditation isn't about emptying the mind, but observing your thoughts without attaching to them. When anxiety takes over, even a short walk in nature can be more therapeutic than any other distraction. Imagine feeling the wind on your face, listening to birds sing, or watching leaves sway gently. These simple moments help slow down the mind, as if nature itself is whispering, "Breathe, you're safe here." Research shows that being in green spaces reduces cortisol levels, the well-known stress hormone. How about setting aside some time on the weekend to visit a park or trail? If you live in a big city, even having plants at home or in the office can bring a sense of calm. A small herb garden on your balcony is already a great start. Another ally is movement. Physical exercise, especially in outdoor spaces, can be transformative. Have you ever tried running or cycling in a tree-lined area? Besides releasing endorphins, these moments create mental space to process emotions in a lighter way. If that sounds too much, start slow. Take a 10-minute walk around your neighborhood. Even the simple act of watching the sky can have a calming effect. Spend a few minutes observing the clouds drift or the stars at night. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how overwhelming your problems feel, they are just a small part of a vast, incredible universe. This kind of perspective is a natural antidote to the exaggeration anxiety provokes. Cultivating curiosity about nature can also be an excellent exercise in mindfulness. For instance, have you ever stopped to notice the intricate patterns of a leaf or how the branches of a tree stretch toward the light? This kind of active contemplation connects you to the present moment, helping to break the cycle of constant worry. If you have time, consider outdoor hobbies like gardening, fishing, or even picnics with friends and family. These moments not only help alleviate anxiety, but also provide opportunities to create pleasant, lasting memories. Now think about how you could integrate these small natural escapes into your weekly routine. What if this connection with nature became the foundation for something even greater? Let's explore how these practices can evolve into a catalyst for personal and mental growth. Personal growth is like a map for escaping the maze of anxiety. The key lies in facing what scares you, but with strategies that make you stronger with each step. For example, think of a situation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's speaking in public or making an important decision. Fear signals that there's something to learn there, and each small victory gives you more clarity and control over your thoughts. The mind is like a muscle, and training begins by recognizing thought patterns that no longer serve you. You know that voice that says, "I can't do it"? Replacing it with, "I'll try and see what happens," is a simple but powerful exercise. Start with small goals. Enroll in a new course, organize a space at home, or begin a project you've been putting off. Another essential part of growth is building habits that nurture your self-confidence. Reading inspiring books like The Power of Habit or Mindset. The New Psychology of Success can be a great starting point. Additionally, listening to podcasts or watching videos about personal development helps keep you focused on your goals and prevents you from getting lost in the whirlwind of daily life. Have you ever considered practicing gratitude as a way to reframe your thoughts? Writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day might seem small, but over time, it transforms the way you see the world. It's like changing the lenses of your mental glasses to see with more clarity and less negativity. Anxiety thrives on unrealistic expectations, and working on this is an act of self-love. Allow yourself to make mistakes, learn from setbacks, and celebrate small victories. Who said you need to achieve everything at once? Sometimes growth happens during the pauses, in moments of reflection between challenges. A good way to practice this is by seeking mentors, people who've walked similar paths to those you want to follow. It could be a colleague, a teacher, or even someone you follow online. Learning from others' experiences saves time and helps you avoid common pitfalls. Now imagine living with more control over your thoughts, without being dominated by constant fears or doubts. What else could you achieve by applying all of this? The answer is likely waiting for you to take the next step. Anxiety may seem like an insurmountable barrier, but as you've seen, with the right knowledge and consistent practices, it's possible not only to overcome it, but to transform it into fuel for personal growth. Now, I want to challenge you. What will your first step be? Will you start that mindfulness practice? Connect more with nature? Or perhaps confront that inner dialogue that's been holding you back? The important thing is to take action. Small changes lead to significant results over time. So, how about setting aside 5 minutes of your day to implement what you've learned here? Believe me, the time to act is now, and the balanced life you desire is within your reach. Share in the comments which insight resonated most with you in this video. Let's keep this conversation going there. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive more transformative content like this. At the end of the screen, there's a video recommended just for you. Click now and continue your journey of learning and self-discovery. See you there.